Hey, what is going on everyone? In this video, I'm giving you a demonstration of some LG smart features available in their 3D TVs that were available throughout the years of 2013 and 2014. Now, the very specific models I'll be focusing on are the XX LA6200 series and the XX LA6205 series. The XX is just a placeholder for the size of the TV. So if you have the 42-inch version, it could be 42 LA6200 or 42 LA6205. Same thing for the 47-inch version, which I have here. It could be the 47 LA6200 or the 47 LA6205. And the same pattern repeats. You have a 50, a 55, and a 60-inch versions also available. If it's still confusing, don't worry, I'll put the exact model numbers in the video description. For those of you wondering why am I talking about the 6200 and 6205 series, the TVs are the exact same thing. The only difference that I could find is that the remote that comes out of the box. In the LA6200 series, the TV is the same, it's just you get a boring, dull, generic TV remote out of the box. If you want to use the Magic Wand remote, you have to purchase it separately. Whereas with the LA6205 series, you get the exact same TV as the 6200, except out of the box you get this Magic Wand remote. You don't have to pay extra for it. That's the only difference I could find between the two. They have the exact same picture quality, exact same smart features, everything. Now, in this video, as I mentioned, it's going to be smart features demo, and that's it. I have reviewed the 47-inch version. Be sure to check out that video review. The link to that review is in the video description. Now, if you want to purchase an LA6200 series TV, you can still watch that review because the TV technology is the exact same thing. It's just you don't get this remote. Same thing with the LA6205 series. If you plan to buy a different size in the 6205 series, well, you can still watch the review of the 47-inch version because the technology is the exact same thing. It's just different size TV. Everything else is identical. That's enough blabbering. I'm going to get into the smart feature demo now, and let's continue from there. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention to you guys is that you can mirror whatever's on your Android smartphone or tablet to the TV itself. You can do that through a wired connection, which uses MHL wire, or you can use Mirrorcast, as I am right now. What I'm doing right now is I'm wirelessly mirroring my 2013 Nexus 7 tablet using Mirrorcast, and I would say there's about a 2 to 3 second delay for the TV to respond as to what I'm doing on my tablet. Even if I were to rotate my tablet, the TV will try to keep up and rotate the screen as well. Okay, so to access and use most of the apps here, of course you need an internet connection. Now that can be done with a wireless internet connection because there's a wireless adapter built inside, or a wired internet connection using an Ethernet wire, which I'm doing right now. And there is a dual core processor in here, and of course another thing to mention about wireless mirroring, this TV does also support wide-eye Intel mirroring. Now of course there is a built-in web browser. It's a little laggy, and as you can see you have a picture-in-picture. This is what's being played on my cable TV. You can click and drag it around. Of course this can only be done, let me mention something. A lot of the features I'm doing, as you can see there's a mouse pointing around. That's because I have the LA6205 series. I have the Magic Wand remote. If you have the 6200 series, a lot of the things I'm doing, like clicking and dragging this picture around, you might not be able to do that, okay? You could probably give the smartphone and tablet app a try, which is available on Google Play. It kind of works as your remote control for your TV. It might work for you. But anyway, everything I'm doing is with the Magic Wand remote, so keep that very much in mind. It's very important to remember. So you have a web browser. If you have the Magic Wand remote, you don't need a USB keyboard and mouse plugged in, because you can just use the Magic Wand remote to click a text box and select whatever text I want to input. Now when you're watching just regular cable TV or whatever antenna input you're using, if you're just watching regular TV and you scroll to the bottom left with the Magic Wand remote, this is where you're able to access your quick shortcuts. Now this list you can customize the order of, you can remove icons, and of course if you download games, for example, or certain apps, this is where they're automatically added. But let me just say, as one of the best built-in media players I have ever used. The list of supported file types, as far as I know, is, you can find that list in the video review of this TV. There's no official list given by LG. I couldn't find one on the net, so it's kind of a list I had to compile myself. But playing back videos, and it's fantastic. And of course, the picture quality is outstanding. You have your general controls here, and here you have the option to click 3D. Of course, the remote also has a 3D option available as well. One minor annoyance is that if you want to get the full potential of network playback from your computer, Well, it only shares through Windows Media Center, which is unfortunate because Windows Media Center doesn't play and share MKV files. There is a workaround for that though. It's basically by installing a PC software called SmartShare, and by doing so, then you can share your files. And here I'm able to share everything. I can share any file type. It's yet to fail me in regards to playing a certain file type, especially videos. Now there is a special function built on the Magic Wand remote which allows you to do voice search. So let me give you an example right now. I'm going to click the button. Babbling Boolean. As you can see, it's voice searching and it found similar results. Well, it actually found Babbling Boolean, but because it's a funny name, the TV doesn't probably know how to search for it instantly. And what it does is it searches throughout like YouTube, web results and all that stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't search within, say, Netflix or Hulu Plus, but it's just a nice gimmick feature to have. Now, the list of available apps will depend on where you live. Certain apps are available in different regions, but if I go to Premium, this is where the most important apps to me are located. Here you have important apps like Netflix, Hulu Plus, YouTube. Skype is available to use, but you will require to buy an external webcam of some kind. Now, if you want to get more apps, you can always just go to Smart World. This is basically LG's app store or whatever you want to call it. You can download more apps. Some require that you pay for them, some are free. You can download from a whole bunch of categories including games. And then of course, if you're talking about games, there's a dedicated game world. The game world just searches through the same thing as the LG world. It's the exact same store, except it just filters results from video games instead. Now what happens when you get video games is that they download to the internal memory of this TV, which is 4 gigabytes. That's right, I said this TV has 4 gigabytes of internal memory. That's crazy. Most media players don't even have a gigabyte of internal memory. 4 gigs, it sounds like a lot, but just software updates alone for the TV took up almost 2 gigs. Now, if you have a game like, say, The Dark Knight Rises, which I'm not going to buy and demo because I already bought it for Android and demoed it in half my videos, I'm not going to do it again. But as you can see, it takes up 2.9 gigs. And you might be like, well, what if I run out of space? What happens then? Well, what happens is the TV, if it runs out of space, as you can see, I have used up 3.8 gigabytes out of 4 gigabytes. So obviously I don't have enough space left. If I take a blank USB stick, I can actually plug it into the TV and the TV will say, okay, if you want to use this game, we're going to have to install it on the external USB stick, but we're going to format it. So it'll format and delete everything on the USB stick, but use it as additional memory. See, it's kind of wicked how the TV does almost everything. Okay, so originally when I got the TV, the Netflix app was absolutely terrible. It was garbage. I couldn't even access my family profiles. When I did a software update on the TV, which you can do through a wireless or wired internet connection, or you can download the update from the LG website, put on a USB stick, and then plug it in. After the update, now the Netflix app is amazing. It's one of the most attractive looking Netflix apps I've ever used on a media player or TV for that matter. So whatever footage you're watching on Netflix, if it is available in HD quality, it'll look amazing on this TV. It'll look fantastic. Okay, so the Netflix and Hulu Plus app, both of them take about 10 to 15 seconds to start up. And again, the Hulu Plus app on this TV is one of the most, well, beautiful and welcoming looking apps I've seen for any Hulu Plus app. You have your very generic stuff and features. You can access your favorites if you go to queue. Okay, and as with Hulu Plus, if HD content is available, the video will play back in HD. And the same commands as Netflix. You can use left and right to fast forward and rewind. Okay, so what you guys are seeing now is the YouTube Lean Back app. This is what Google provides as the YouTube experience while watching a TV. This is the main interface, and it has a whole bunch of categories, everything you would want. And you know, it's categorized well. It's just I find it to be extremely laggy and slow compared to some of the other apps. I'm not really a fan of the YouTube Lean Back app, but you know, this is what you have to use. I personally recommend that you use a YouTube app on your smartphone or tablet, search something there, and then you can pair it up with your TV here. Whatever device is playing on your smartphone or tablet will transfer to the TV instead. Okay, so what you're seeing now is just a video from my YouTube channel. And of course, if a YouTube video is available in HD, this TV will play it back in HD quality. Clicking on the middle button on the Magic Wand remote, probably the 6200 remote will do the same thing, is bring up this menu right here. And you can fast forward and rewind in 10-second intervals. You can go to the next search result video. And of course, as for pressing the 3D button, what it'll do is it'll turn it into 3D, or it'll try to simulate 3D. So it'll try to turn 2D content into 3D content. This function that is built into the TV works with USB files playing back, so you can turn your home videos into 3D. It does a pretty respectable job. At times it still looks like 2D flat, but at other times it looks fantastic in 3D quality. This 3D selection button works in the YouTube app and the Hulu Plus app. Okay, so moving on to the next card, you have 3D World, which is basically some 3D videos that are available through the TV. Of course, they need an internet connection. So the picture is a bit fuzzy in this app because it instantly turned into 3D. Oh, it's gonna turn into 2D. There, it's much clearer in 2D now. Basically, the problem with this app is, well, most of the videos here are free, but they're absolutely horrendous. It's like they've taken videos from the 80s and then just turned them into 3D. They're all horrible. Well, here you can see 2007. It's not from the 80s, but what I'm trying to say is the quality of these videos is so terrible. They look like they recorded in the 80s and then just converted into 3D. So if you're trying to show off your 3D quality of this TV, you're probably not going to want to use this app in the video selections. You're better off using a 3D video that you purchased or something. So in both TV series, the 6200 and 6205, there are dual core processors built in this TV, and what you're seeing now is a game I've downloaded and installed onto the memory of the TV itself. So this game, it doesn't have the greatest graphics in the world, but it's just to give you guys a general idea that this TV is playing 3D games, or 3D animation rather, and there are actually some games available in 3D to purchase. It's quite impressive considering that many media players cannot play games of this graphic caliber. Okay, moving along just a bit more, as you can see I've selecting right now is my interest. Now here's the unfortunate thing about this. I can't select which city I want to display as the weather. It keeps changing randomly through different cities, and if I try to go through a whole bunch of different news articles, because you only have 3 here, if I click my interest to customize it, as you can see you can only select up to 3 categories. Smart Share is basically your media player. So the USB player and your home networking is basically the actual media player built into the TV itself. Actually, I just skipped over. On Now is basically video on demand services, so you actually can rent videos like TED or whatever for a certain cost, of course, and you can customize and create your own cards. Unfortunately, the thing about this card, I can't put stuff like Netflix in it or Hulu Plus. This is what I found completely useless about creating my own card. Instead, the better thing to do, which I plan to do myself, is to add Netflix and Hulu here, but then move it to the beginning of my app shortcuts here, because this can be customized. And over the top, this will basically close this app window, you can say, this entire window you're seeing right now, and go back to cable TV. Here you can access my profile, which is my email, whatever, I don't care. Notifications from LG, or sometimes if you purchase something. Search is the exact same thing as I mentioned in the voice search function. It'll search through the web, YouTube, and some premium content. Editing basically allows you to move these cards around and edit them and whatnot. As I mentioned, you can click and drag them around if you want. And of course, your network connectivity. Of course, the only thing here at the bottom that more does is actually expand the entire shortcuts list and makes it full screen. What's neat about this TV is that there's a built-in user guide. Okay, one really cool thing I want to mention for you guys is dual play. I'm a PC gamer, so I can't really comment on this. I don't have a console. I play PC games. But if I had, say, Battlefield 4, and I'm playing multiplayer on my console, the screen would be split across here. First player would have the upper screen, second player would have the bottom screen. Well, with dual play, you can actually purchase sold separately 3D glasses that actually makes both split screens into 2 separate full screens. So you would get 2 glasses. Glasses A would show player 1's screen, and glasses B would show player 2's screen in full screen. You cannot see each other's screen. It's pretty wicked like that. Simple Links allows you to have more control with your LG remote over other devices. Quick menu is nothing really important, and accessibility allows for closed caption support and all other good stuff. Shop TV doesn't even work for me. I always get a blank screen and nothing happens, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, so this video has become very long, as I thought it would, so I'm gonna leave it at this. Remember, if you want to see more details about the 6200 series or the 6205 series, be sure to check out the video review which I do of the 47 LA6205. You can find a link to that review in the video description, because as I mentioned, the only thing different between the 6205 and the 6200 is the Magic Wand remote in the box. Everything else is identical, even if the TV size is different. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, be sure to check out my Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter, and website link in the video description. Hit the like button, it does help, subscribe, and thanks for watching.